the likelihood of that happening, even teams winning past the second game, is very unlikely. It does not happen very often.
In fact, only one team has ever won that played in the opening round has ever won their next game, a quarterfinal game. It's pretty amazing.
Wow, that is pretty amazing. I mean, you're going up against the #1 or the #2 seed, so it makes sense that those teams would win that game. But one, in the history of March Madness, all the upsets that we've seen, all the great teams that we've had, it's a bit of a surprise.
Anthony Bean Jr. leaving his shot short. Jeremy Jeffers off the bench, comes up with the rebound. Bulldogs a shaky start early, but since then they have played well. Desmar Jackson, the leading scorer for the Salukis, 2 early fouls and is on the bench.
And it's going to be hard for Southern Illinois to make up those points because he is such a big percentage. Almost 25% of their offense from scoring comes directly from Desmar Jackson.
Shot clock is at 5. Salukis doing what they do well, and that's play defense, and they come up with the turnover. Pendleton on the drive all the way to the rack, and it rolls in.
And when
Jalen Pendleton.
Sorry, Larry. When you're a team that struggles to score, that's what you need to do. You need to get those turnovers, get out in transition. So if you're the Drake Bulldogs right now, you got to take care of the basketball, make sure to get shots, and get back. Don't allow anything easy on the other end.
Salukis forced the Bulldogs to 20 turnovers earlier this year in Carbondale, scored 21 points as the result of it. And that's what, as you say, that's what they need to do to have any time, any opportunity to be successful.
Yeah, because for the Southern Illinois team, again, their hallmark is defense. So what they do is they force you into uncomfortable opportunities and into positions that you don't really like. So there, when you get out on the break like Pendleton did right there, you get the steal and you try to push. You try to force the tempo, because if you can get that open look without having the defense set and trying to take a charge, then you're going to allow yourself a higher percentage opportunity on the offensive end.
And Teal Daniels picking up that last foul, his first, the Salukis' 5th. Bulldogs inbound. And we have a foul call off the ball. Rick Randall, Winston Sith, John Moore are the Missouri Valley Conference officials working tonight's game. And they have whistled their 6th foul against the Salukis, but still 10-17 to go in the first half.
And if I'm one of these Drake players, I know that Southern Illinois has 16 fouls with 10 minutes to play in the first half. You really have to attack the basket, force the issue, try to draw those fouls, and get on the free throw line.
That foul on Drinkard was his 2nd, and this is a team that normally goes only 3 deep off the bench. They've already been forced to go 4 deep tonight. Drinkard turns on Van Diest. Jeff Early gets a screen, goes to the baseline over Van Diest and scores. Early with his 2nd basket.
And not necessarily his game, but Jeff Early taking advantage, knowing that he has their star player, their leading scorer on the bench, uses it to initiate his own offense.
Carter flows through to score for the Bulldogs, who have already received baskets from 6 different players.
And that's great bounce on the offensive end, exactly what you want to see. I think that was spearheaded at the beginning by Micah Mason, sharing the basketball after knocking down that open 3, and it's just been a continuation as the confidence feeds off itself. Early
makes a very smooth move. He lost the dribble on the basketball and was able to bounce it off Van Diest.
Seth Van Diest did not look very happy about that, did he? I think it took the wind out of him a little bit. Jeff Early threw that basketball pretty hard, and I like what I saw right there. There you see how hard he threw it off Seth Van Diest. But what you didn't see off camera, Jeff Early went over to Seth Van Diest, gave him a little tap on the head, just like a, hey, you know, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm just playing hard. And Seth was willing to accept the half apology.
Daniels to the baseline, leaves it short. Van Diest is there to wrap up the rebound. His 2nd rebound of the ball game. He averages nearly 5, 2nd best on the team to Jordan Clark. Clark makes a move on the much shorter Early, and then gets a foul.
We're going to look at the replay right here. If you're Jordan Clark, you're 6'7". Jeff Early's about 6'1". Jeff Early wants you to play on the perimeter. I know Seth Van Diest was down there posting up, but and Jeff Early was crowding him a bit. Jordan Clark, a good ball handler and a good passer, a guy that can handle things from out there. But with a smaller player like that, take him in the post, use your strength, use your bulk, and go up strong rather than giving him the opportunity to draw the charging foul or poke the ball away.
Early with the basketball now, lobbing for Drinkard. Swatted away though by Clark, but picked up by Lindsay. And then the shot goes down by Early, and Early with 3 early baskets. Here's a 6'1" guy who plays like he thinks he's 6'5" or 6'6".
He definitely thinks he is, but he represents the soul of this team because they are so scrappy. We saw that possession. That should have been a turnover going the other way, but Lindsay knocks the ball out of Chris Hines' hands, and they just hustle.
Foul called on the Salukis, which will send the Bulldogs to the line with 8:12 to go in the half.
And let's take a look at this again. Jordan Clark, good defense, knocking it away. Chris Hines gets the steal, but Lindsay smart enough to try to take it right back, gets the save, passes it over to Dantiel Daniels, over to Jeff Early, who knocks down another jump shot. So that's how the Southern Illinois team scores. That's how they get their baskets. They're what some coin junk baskets, whether it's offensive rebounds, transition, or maybe in the half court off of loose balls like that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do on the offensive end to put the ball in the hole.
That's the 17th foul on the Salukis. King hits the free throw to give him his 3rd point. Basically, you're looking for one word to describe Southern Illinois, would be scrappy.
It definitely is, Larry. That's a great point. And so many of their guys represent that. That's the quality that they bring to the table. And that's a struggle sometimes on the offensive end because they're not all scorers, but they're gonna work you, and they're probably gonna outwork you. So it's the hallmark of this team.
Well, now they have not scored more than 65 points in their last 12 games. It's hard to win when you can't get to 65.
It is, and you're saying in the last 12 games, this Drake team averages almost 70 points a game. So that's a big discrepancy in the amount of points that they score.
Flip side is the Salukis don't give up many points. 7:47